Hello everybody, this is Nanduram and we are from Sonu Academy. Today we are going to discuss about autotrophic, heterotrophic and mixotrophic nutrition. Children, you already learned that all the living organisms require a continuous supply of carbon containing compounds for growth and for building their body structures. And the energy is also required to maintain their daily activities, and it is derived by oxidizing either organic or inorganic compounds. Such chemical compounds required for body building and for energy production are called nutrients. Intake of nutrients into body by an organism is called nutrition. Nutrients may be very simple or very complex inorganic or organic compounds. The difference between the organisms require that different types of nutrients. For example, several bacteria can survive with a supply of few inorganic salts. Some plants use water and carbon dioxide and synthesize carbon compounds like carbohydrates. They also use simple nitrogen and sulfur containing compounds to synthesize complex molecules to require for their growth. In contrast, animals too use inorganic salts require complex organic molecules such as carbohydrates, amino acids, fatty acids and vitamins for their survival. They do not have the capacity to synthesize several chemical compounds required for their growth, and they depend on the other organisms for the supply of these nutrients. All these nutrients required by an organism are usually obtained through the food they consume. Hence, several times intake and utilization of food is considered to be similar to nutrition. Different organisms use different methods to obtain their nutrients, especially of carbon sources. Here they are autotrophic, heterotrophic and mixotrophic nutrition, and these are the three modes by which an organisms obtain their principle for the source of carbon. Points to be remembered in this lesson are: nutrients are very simple or very complex in inorganic or organic chemical compounds, and they are required for their body building and for energy production. Intake of nutrients into the body by an organism is called nutrition. Several bacteria can survive with a supply of few inorganic salts. Plants use water and carbon dioxide and few simple nitrogen and sulfur containing compounds. Animals do not have the capacity to synthesize several complex organic molecules such as carbohydrates, amino acids, fatty acids and vitamins for their survival. They depend on other organisms for the supply of these nutrients. There are three types of nutrients. Let us see what are there. They are autotrophic, heterotrophic and mixotrophic. These are the three types of nutrients. Autotrophic nutrition. Organisms which exhibit autotrophic nutrition is called autotrophs. These organisms are able to synthesize their nutrients from simple inorganic compounds. They require minerals, water and carbon dioxide for their growth. They are capable of converting carbon dioxide into various complex organic compounds. However, they require energy for this process. Depending upon how they are obtaining the energy of converting carbon dioxide to organic compounds, there are two types of autotrophs and they are called as photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. Let us see what are the photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. Photoautotrophic organisms. These organisms there are several bacteria such as green bacteria, purple bacteria and cyanobacteria can use light as a source of energy and synthesize complex organic molecules. Similarly, all the algae and higher plants use light as a source of energy. These autotrophic organisms are also called photoautotropic organisms. Here, photo means light. These organisms have a special pigment in their body to trap the light energy which derives the other reactions. The second group of autotrophs are called chemoautotrophs. These organisms obtain energy by oxidizing simple inorganic compounds such as hydrogen, iron containing compounds, sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, nitrate and other nitrogen containing compounds. However, all these organisms require carbon dioxide as a source of carbon atoms. Points to be remembered in this lesson are: autotrophs are able to synthesize all the required nutrients from simple inorganic compounds. They require minerals, water and carbon dioxide for this purpose. Several bacteria such as algae and higher plants are photoautotrophs and use light as the source of energy and synthesize complex organic molecules. Several bacteria are chemoautotrophs and obtained the energy by oxidizing simple inorganic compounds such as hydrogen, iron containing compounds, sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, nitrate and other nitrogen containing compounds. They require carbon dioxide as the source of carbon atoms. Heterotrophic nutrition. The heterotrophic cannot synthesize their own nutrients. They depend on other sources of the supply of nutrients, including those required for energy production. Most of the bacteria, all fungi and all animals are heterotrophs. Some of the bacteria and some of the fungi depend on other dead organisms to obtain nutrients, and those which live on other organisms decompose and degrade the complex molecules present in these organisms to simple molecules. Some bacteria and fungi absorb these molecules through the body surface. They are called spirophytes. In this process, they added the several valuable nutrients to the medium in which they live, such as water or soil. Here, we will discuss about some of the examples of heterotrophic nutrition. They are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. All the animals are heterotrophic in nutrition. They cannot synthesize their own food material. Hence, they consume other organisms such as plants, animals and microorganisms. The size and nature of the food consumed is different in different animals. They may be consumed either small microscopic or large plants or animals or both. The animals consuming plants as a food are called herbivores, and those consuming other animals are called carnivores. Those which consume both plants and animals are called omnivores. Interestingly, some plants are also carnivores, especially insectivorous, which feed on insects. The supplement of their body is autotrophic nutrition and they are obtaining nitrogen rich in nutrients from the insects. Examples are Venus fly, sundew plant and bladderwort are some of the examples of this type of plants. All these plants are autotrophic and they can live by themselves without feeding on insects. However, their growth is stimulated when they feed on insects. Points to be remembered in this lesson are: several bacteria, all fungi and all animals are heterotrophs and they cannot synthesize their own nutrients. They depend on other organisms for the supply of nutrients. Some of the bacteria and majority of fungi depend on other dead organisms to obtain their nutrients. Those which live on dead organisms decompose and degrade the complex molecules present in the dead organisms to simple molecules and absorb these molecules through their body surface. These are called spirophytes. All animals are heterotrophs and depend on other organisms for the supply of their nutrient requirements. Hence, herbivores obtain the required nutrients from the plants and carnivores from animals and omnivores from both plants and animals. Mixotrophic nutrition. Mixotrophic nutrition means the third type of nutrition is called mixotrophic nutrition. In this type of nutrition, there is an association of two different living organisms can be seen. The nutrients may be obtained by both the organisms or only by one organism. In the former conditions, both the organisms are benefited, while in the latter case, only one of the organisms is benefited of this association. When two organisms live together, exchange the nutrients and they are benefited mutually. This type of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. Once the organisms provide nutrients required for the other organisms, while the other provides shelter or nutrients or both. Symbiotic mode of nutrition is seen in both plants and animals. Nitrogen fixing bacteria living in the root nodules of leguminous plants is a typical example for symbiotic nutrition. Plants provide shelter and nutrients to the bacteria while the bacteria provide nitrogenous compounds to the plant. Similarly, symbiotic association is seen in leeches where algae supplies food to fungi and the fungi provides protection to algae and they live together. In animal kingdom, the association of certain crabs with sea anemones is an example of symbiotic nutrition. Sea anemones give protection to the animal while the small pieces of food particles are provided to sea anemones by the crab. In parasitism is the second type of mixotrophic nutrition can be seen. The parasite is an organism which live inside is called as endoparasite or outside is called as exoparasite of another organism is called host. And the obtained of nutrients from the host organism. In this mode of nutrition, only a parasite is benefited. The body functions of the host are usefully affected badly due to the invasion of the parasite and the host may be even die. Points to be remembered in this lesson are an association of two different organisms to obtain their nutritional requirements is seen in symbiosis and parasitism, which are examples of mixotrophic method of nutrition. In symbiosis, both the organisms are benefited. In parasitism, only one parasite is benefited while the host become diseased and even die. Thank you. This is Nanduram and we are from Sonu Academy.